and welcome to Bethan's Kitchen and Garden. Today I am going to sort out my container pots, hopefully plant out my overwintering potatoes and do a harvest. Now I was up early doing the harvest this morning because we've got a heat wave over here in Britain and it's really warm during the day, so there's no point in doing anything. So I've harvested a few things around the garden, but we'll probably add to the basket as we go along. So let me show you what I've got so far. Here is the harvest. We've got one purple cabbage, or red cabbage rather. We've got a few of the pink German tomatoes. They may look green, but they've started to turn, so they can just turn on the windowsill now and hopefully avoid getting any blight. We've got a various selection of cucumbers here. We've got some carrots. Quite an odd shape, but some of them are, well, they're all three of them are very big. They're from the carrot bed rather than the pots. Again, got a few big beetroot and a few sort of normal size beetroot. I need to harvest all the beetroot really because they have been there a while now. Got a nice lettuce here, a little gem, and they have been lovely. I've been picking some for salads this week and they've been lovely. A selection of peppers here, red peppers, some orange ones. I probably won't eat the orange ones, they're a bit wrinkly and probably needed picking about 2 weeks ago, but I didn't get around to doing it. Then we've got the greenhouse tomatoes, which are still going, but there is blight in there, but they are still producing. So these are the Sweet Million, and these are an assortment of, I think these are Brad's Atomic Grape, which are just turning ripe, so I've just picked them. Then there's some yellow ones and some San Manzano in there. The Swiss chard has wilted, but I was giving that to the chickens anyway. The raspberries we are getting, they're not as big as they were now, and they're a bit sort of, they're a bit limp. I think that's because we've had such a hot week. They are missing their water. We've got this massive tromboncino squash here, which is really great, but I picked these other ones because I thought I could leave them on the plant and pick them for like winter squash as it was, but I can't because this squash was probably like as long as up to there, you know, with this curly bit, and then it just started rotting on the plant and shriveling up. So if any of you are growing tromboncino, I would pick them when they're looking, you know, as big as they're going to get, kind of thing. And then underneath a mass of courgettes, as I haven't picked them for a while. So that's the harvest so far. My first job today is to sort out these containers. I've got tomatoes in here that have completely gone over, but the marigolds are still going strong. I've got aubergines that really haven't produced very well, but there is one tiny little aubergine on this plant here, and these are called little fingers, so that does look like a little finger. So I assume that aubergine is ready to take. But what I might do with the aubergines is, if I clear out my greenhouse, I might put some of those tubs in there for a bit and see how they do. My chives, I need to separate them and put some of them in the ground and then replant some back in that pot. The parsley's okay. These runner beans are fine. I'm just leaving them to go to seed now. They are later than the other ones and they haven't been as strong a plants as the ones I'm about to show you, but they'll be okay. These courgettes, they've still got some good green growth at the top. but I am debating whether to take them out and use the pot for potatoes. I'm not sure yet. What are these? Pelargoniums. They just need deadheading and then I think they will look alright. My mint, this needs harvesting and drying in my dehydrator. My celery, this also needs harvesting. And then we can see what kind of celery we've got this year. I might take a tub because there should be 4 plants in there, and whatever celery we've got, if it's nice, I'll chop it up and freeze it so I can just take clumps out of it and add to stews over the winter. My beetroot in this is a 5-litre pot have done well. They are looking good. There's about 4 beetroot in there. There's 2 or 3 in there, and there's sort of 1 biggish one there and then 3 little ones there, but they've done well for 5-litre pots. I'm pleased with that. This cucumber, I took a cucumber off there yesterday, and that will be that. I'll be emptying that pot away. And then these runner beans, I'll be taking the dry ones. These are all dry now. I'll be leaving the green ones to go dry, so I'll just harvest all the really brown dry ones, like this one, and that should tidy that plant up a bit. Right, let's set you up on a tripod and we'll tidy up these plants. I also want to take the worst of the looking plants, the tomato plants, out of this greenhouse. So for example, this one here I think has only got this 1 tomato left on it, so although the actual tomato plant is looking really good, no sign of blight. Oh, there's one there, but that one started to turn yellow. So there's only 2 left on there, so I'll take that out, and then I might put the aubergine pot in place of this one here. And similarly with these ones, here, I might take these ones out and put the aubergine pot in there. Rain has now stopped play, so I can't do my potatoes at the moment, but I thought I would show you the harvest from the mint and the beans and the celery. So there's a good amount of celery there. I'm going to dehydrate the tops and use them for celery salt. I'm going to dehydrate the mint and, just use it as dried mint. And I'm going to take the beans out of the pods and leave them on my windowsill to dry even further for a couple of days. next job is to take away the cucumber plants that are here. They've all died back now, and I don't think, there is one cucumber down there, but I don't think they're going to produce any more. So they can come out, and I've got a couple of butternut squashes here. So what I want to do is take some of the vines off the butternut squashes. If I follow this one along now, you can see that at the end here there is a butternut squash forming, but that will not come to fruition before the weather goes too cold. So I might as well just snip off that runner there, and then that can concentrate all the energy into ripening the fruit that is there. And similarly, we've had all the sweet corn from here, so I can take out all of this sweet corn and hopefully tidy that up a bit. Again, I've got a butternut squash running along here. Now this is the last sort of one there, so I just want to take off the end bit here because it's well, it's meeting me at my front door literally, so I'll take that away. And I need to harvest these Heinz tomatoes, which at the moment are still going strong. These ones in the front garden are going strong, but the ones in the back garden have kind of had it. So I want to take all the ripe ones off there, and maybe cut off some of this yellow so we can see how much we've got left to harvest there. So I'll get on with that. I love a good old tidy up on my garden. This was all spilling over onto the pathway, so now it looks, well, I wouldn't say it looks neat, but hopefully the sun will get to these tomatoes and ripen them before the blight comes around from the back. And then the sweet corn has gone and the cucumbers have gone, and I've just got the squashes there now. Hopefully they will ripen up very soon. I've got a big pile here. My bucket I need to empty around the back into the compost heaps, but my compost heap is full, so I need to turn the compost of one of them and then empty the other into the freshly empty compost heap. So that's the job for another day. But we have got some tomatoes from there. There's quite a lot of red ones ready to go. There's quite a lot of green ones which I'm not sure will turn, but they do go well in a curry. And there's some that have just started to turn, so they should be okay on my windowsill. And then this is the butternut squash that came off when I was having a tidy up. I tried my best not to knock it off, but it has. So how ripe it is, I don't know. I'll just leave it on a windowsill and we'll see. And those are the last of the Space Saver cucumbers from the front garden. I have also recently cut away all the foliage from the melons. These are the Minnesota midgets from Bill and Val. So we've got 3 on this side. This one is ready to take. I'll be taking that today. And we've also got 3 on this side. So from 4 plants, we've got 6 melons. That's better than I've had before. I've also been tidying up this cold frame, which has got melons in. These are honeydew melons. I think that one there is ready for taking, and I accidentally cut this one off, but I'm sure this watermelon is ready as well. So good news there. We did in fact get a couple of melons this year. Woot woot. And sadly I can put this off no longer. I'm gonna have to take these tomatoes out. I shall save the ones that I can, but you can see there's blight on quite a few of them. So, oh, down there you can see blight. So I'll clear all this. I'll try and save the best that are there, and I'll use them straight away. So I'll process them into pasta sauce today. I was just trudging down the garden to sort out those tomatoes, and then I saw this cauliflower. I think that's ready for picking. Well, I'm gonna pick it anyway. So I'm gonna get the netting off here and pull off all the dodgy looking leaves and harvest that cauliflower. I think I've also got a couple of tomatoes from that section there to harvest, and then whatever we get from here. So I'll show you the final harvest when I've done all this. I've just had to come in because it's raining again. So let me show you how far I've got with the harvesting, and then we'll wrap it up for today. These tomatoes are from the blighted crop. They look like they might be okay at the moment. There's also some green ones there that might be okay, and some chicken eggs. And then here are the pink German tomatoes that I just took off, and the cauliflower and the melons, which is really unusual for our basket. Oh, and the butternut squash actually. So I'm really pleased with them. I'm gonna try and do as much as I can with these ripe tomatoes now, just in case. These ones I will leave in here in the conservatory just to see how they get on for a couple of days. But I'll remove this basket now because I don't want any cross, transference of blight onto the really nice pink German tomatoes that are showing no sign of it yet. I also stopped because I've just realised, I mentioned earlier that I need to sort out my compost heaps because there's nowhere to put my debris, as it were. And I don't want the tomato blight to just be lingering around the garden. I want to put it in the compost out of the way, preferably at the bottom of the new compost heap. When I turn it, I can put all the blight into the bottom of the compost, and then layer it up with the other compost heap, if you know what I mean. But you can see that in the next video. So that's it for me for today. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing and commenting if you have done so. I really do appreciate it. I'm really pleased to have got a cauliflower. Everyone who watches me knows that cauliflowers tend to be a bit of a miss with me. So I'm really pleased about that. Also really pleased to get a watermelon. I don't know if it's ripe, but I'll put a picture up probably on Instagram, but I'll also put one up here to show you what it looked like inside when I cut into it. And I'll do the other melons as well. So all I can say about my work today is lovely job, and take care everybody.